Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Bandit and welcome back to Bandit Plays Games. So we are coming back to another Bandit reviews of Mass Effect 3. This time we're looking at Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. Mass Effect 3 was the first game in the trilogy to add a multiplayer mode to it. And it was a little bit most people were a bit skeptical on this since it was kind of leaning towards like, oh, multiplayer makes a game good or something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of okay with it, but then again, I came into Mass Effect series a little bit late, as in last year. So, So, multiplayer. What's different about this from other games that are big and heavy on multiplayer, like Battlefield and Call of Duty? Well, this one isn't PvP, like most multiplayer games. It's PvE, which I am perfectly fine with. I love games like that. So let's take a look at the character. Right now, I'm playing as a level 18 Vorcha soldier. You can have up to 2 weapons. Goes by the same systems as Mass Effect 3's single player, but a little bit different. You can't have more than 2 weapons, and obviously you can't have 0 weapons. But say I want to add the phalanx or something, and I want to add that. Can't do that. Cancel. And get rid of that. So, what weapons do I have? Let's take a look. Whoops. And the fuck. Let's start at the end. Also, you get these, which you don't get in single player. Even with DLC, so... yeah. There we go. Basically, lots of weapons. I'm not going to show the rest of these. You don't really need them. And there's no real special weapons I have for any of these others, except all the N7 weapons, which I don't have in single player. You can alter their appearance slightly. You could do this by unlocking certain packs and buying them with in-game currency or real money in the form of microtransactions. Not very fun. But, well, you start off with your primary and highlight color. That's what you get for just unlocking the character. Then with each consecutive pack, you can get these. One at a time. So you have to unlock a lot of packs just to get everything on here. But really, you don't need it. Honestly. You can also give your soldier a name. I just called him... I was bored. And I could not be bothered with naming him. Equipment, you can get different types of ammo. Nothing real special here. Except for these drill rounds, which don't exist in single player. I don't know why. Don't know what these were added in, honestly. So, I don't know. It's armor-piercing ammo. Basically, only a little bit more on steroids, I guess. Or something, I don't know. And you also got certain things that go up to level 4 instead of 3. So there's that. Weapon bonus is just increasing the damage. Armor bonus does a variety of things, such as increasing movement speed, more shields, power damage, speed bonus, stuff like that. You also get stuff like the Cobra missile launcher, a consumable you can use to destroy big enemies in one shot. Thermal clip packs refill all your ammo. Metagel heals you when you go down. Op survival packs heal all your health and shields in an instant. Also, you got your gear bonus here, which adds a persistent effect. These are not consumed. These just stick with you forever. And you can equip 1 per mission. Now, we're going to take a look at the store later. Because, as you can see, I have 88,000 credits. After this first match, I will take us to the store. We will buy one of the most expensive pack. And for powers, each character's got something different. And usually deals with their type of character. And you can have... you're basically just like the squad mates that you have, in that you only have, like, 3 powers. Well, I think they have actually 4. So, whatever. It doesn't matter. And that's basically it. Let's take a look at all the characters. This you got off of pre-order, I think. I don't remember, actually. You got all these. You can name all of these once you unlock them. They're all locked by randomized packs. This guy right here, the Cerberus Adept, are OP as anything else. Like, they, They wreck everything and everything. I say everything and everything? Whatever. Engineers, you got your 6 standard classes. And as you can see numbers next to them besides the level number. And basically, what that is that's the number of times they've been promoted. Think of it as prestiging in Call of Duty. Resets the rank down to 1. And the highest level you can get is 20. Once you reach and beat level 20, then you can promote your character, which basically takes them from the multiplayer and adds 75 war assets to your single player every promotion. So that's pretty freaking good. In that the multiplayer actually has a positive impact on what you're doing in single player. So if, say, you only got this game and you can't really seem to get enough war assets to get the best ending, or the hardest to get ending, I should say, then you could just play this a bunch if you like. And it's basically a Spec Ops missions, only longer and slightly harder, depending on difficulty. And so we're just going to play as standard Vorcha soldier. You also have your leaderboards. You can go to the... you have these challenges. I'm not going to go to storage just yet. Challenges. These things are tough to get, but you can guess what they are. Let's see now. N7 Mastery. Promotions. All the promotions. Map Mastery. Extracting on every... I don't know. Completing waves on all these maps. Barrack Mastery. Yay. You get the idea. So let's just get out of that. And let's go to a quick match. We're going to play online. Any location is fine. Any enemy. And bronze challenge. Can I set this around? Yeah, I can. I'm not going to do that because I'm terrible at anything silver and above. So now what made people skeptical about this game mode is that they thought that it wasn't the microtransactions, which I agree are a bit stupid, but it's not really a pay-to-win, like other games that are, say, free-to-play, but have microtransactions, obviously, because that's how they make their profit. They're not going to... If you have a free-to-play game, I really doubt you're going to be able to make a profit and pay your bills just by saying, like, can we please have a donation? Please? Oh, hello. How far is this? Oh, good. Round 2. Apparently, I'm not the only one. Whoops. I'm about to be killed. Yay. And you can see this is very much PvE. You don't fight the other people, which is really good. Now, my character is a Vorcha, and what makes a Vorcha good is that it almost negates for having a lack of op survival packs to restore your health. Also, I could do that and decapitate you. So, that's pretty awesome. Vorcha have an ability called Bloodlust. As you can see, it's the power in the middle right there. So, what that does is every time I get a kill, I get a stack of up to 3. And so, every stack, I get a certain amount of movement speed bonus, and just general, like, I move faster, I hit harder, I just do more damage, and my health regens at a ridiculous pace. And it's every kill, it stacks up to 3. Now, you're gonna have objective modes like this at rounds 3, 6, and 10. And what these are, they serve to be a bit different from just the regular horde mode. It gives you a bit of a point to... Oh, it looked like it completed 2 there. Glitched a little. Also, every character moves differently. Krogan and Turians, for example, cannot dodge. Vorcha have a rather crazy dodge that actually flings them around a bit too much for my liking sometimes. Okay. And also, I got... That wasn't the right button. I got the flamethrower! Yeah! Hey! Oop, you got that. Ow. Vorcha, however, have, like, very little shields. So every character plays differently. They also react differently. People can also join mid-mission. They didn't used to be able to do that back in the beginning days of it. I think I was part of the beta for this. And so your enemies are 4 different factions. Cerberus, Collector, who were just recently added, and both Reapers and Geth, obviously. Also, that Bloodlust thing occasionally will interrupt you no matter what you're doing. So, it just randomly does that. Sometimes he just doesn't do it after a kill, even though he gets this extra stack. It interrupts you, it pulls you out of cover, so that's a bit of a thing to think about. And while Vorcha have relatively high relatively high health, their shields are among the lowest of all characters. So, then again, you've got the Geth Juggernaut, who starts off with like 2,000 shields and like 1,000 health. You've also got stuff like the Krogan Warlord for the Sentinel class, which just not only has almost the same, who has the same health as the Juggernaut and almost the same shields, but also has insane health regen. So every character is varied, and really, it just feels really nice and polished. Cover system's still the same. You can still take cover, shoot these things. And completing those objective waves at 3, 6, and 10 gain you a certain number of credits that you can then spend after the mission at the store. Now, like I said, you can also buy those, but I'll get into that when we get there. And just shoot this guy here. There are 4 waves of difficulty. One was recently added with the Earth DLC, I think it was. And that mode is Platinum. That's basically, if you could play that solo and win, you are a god at this game. Or you have no life, maybe both. But I don't judge too much. Yeah, and you also have the same type of weapon mods that you can get in the single player. Usually stuff that's currently in the single player, a lot of the stuff that was added with DLC was added later, like after it had been in multiplayer for a while. So, really, multiplayer is the one that tests out everything. Now, currently, Bronze gives you the least number of credits, by completing a mission. So that's like the base stat at usually approximately 15,000 credits. Per match. If you do everything right, it's approximately that. Usually it's a little bit more, but let's just say 15. Silver tends to give you double that at 30,000. Gold, I think, may even double that at up to 60. Don't quote me on that. I've never actually completed a single gold match, ever. I'm just bad at this game, so I'm not sure. I would assume it's 45, but for some reason, I'm assuming it's much higher. Alright, so. And now, each character is really varied. The Turians have an interesting ability that their personal thing, I don't know what it is, like one of the passive powers, I guess, is basically their ability to reduce weapon recoil. And if you have the right mods on, it makes a really hilarious effect of you just, your weapon recoiling downwards. It's kind of hilarious and half impossible to control. And it's kind of funny to see it. And set you on fire. I don't know how fire works with you. Oh, no. Kill him. There we go. See how fast my health regens? And normally it's like the campaign where you cannot be really, it doesn't regen full 100% all the time. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, so he's there. I'm not reaching him at all, am I? Yes, I am, actually. Set you on fire. And you're dead. And you're dead! Chopped his head off. Some characters, are a bit crazy in that the Krogans just, and Geth, Juggernaut are just, like, overpowered. Because, their downside is they can't take cover. The Krogans can sprint, however. Juggernaut cannot. Not like it needs to, though. Seriously, my friend plays this only as a Juggernaut, and he's gone down about 1/10 of the number of times I have. When I'm a Vorcha, and I do best with the Vorcha. And I tend to get a better score than him, and he just never goes down. No matter how many people he's taken on, his shields are, like, immortal. I'm being hurt. Not dead yet. You're gonna be dead. Whoop. He just dropped dead. Thank you. And have that. You missed. You dodged too early, buddy. Ow. Have that. Ow. Stop it. Ow. Stop hitting me. Get back here. Don't you do a little dodge on me. Yeah, the Geth soldier also have that little, they call it a Geth hop. It's kind of funny how they call it, they just call it Geth hop. And so, they all, also, all characters have a different, melee attack. And for the Vorcha, it's just like a little, whee! It jumps forward, and if it kills them, it tends to decapitate them. The Batarian, like this guy over here, basically just punches the guy, and if it kills him, then it makes their head explode, I think. It's just really a little bit ridiculous. And you start off with a human male and a human female for every class. Just as starters, you get those for free. And so, really, you're not left with, like, nothing, and you must buy something. It used to be you had to buy the online pass, but EA has since grown a brain and decided that that was the dumbest thing in the world. And they were right. And, honestly, people give Mass Effect, like, a bad opinion because of some of the things that it's done. Like, people say the ending's gone stupid, but honestly, what they don't say is that, well, here, they gave you 5 map packs, complete with brand new characters. Like, they've more than doubled their roster of, what was it, like, at least 24. It was 24 on day 1 of multiplayer, because there was 4 per class out of the 6 classes. And they have since more than doubled that. They added so many new things to this. There's now about 10 per class or so. It was like 8 to 10 per class. So, and they didn't charge you for a single one. Not a single thing. All 5 map packs, coming with at least 3 maps, 3 maps each. They didn't charge you a penny for anything. They're just like, here, take these. And nobody seems to give a crap. War Machine. Brody! How dare you? Ah. Hey. Hey, go away. Ah. The good thing about every character also is specialized against a certain type. This Vorcha soldier, for instance, dominates enemy armor. Anything that's just armor and not shields or anything, this Vorcha soldier just completely dominates them. Whoop. Hi. So just take the shields off this Prime, I will decimate this thing. Watch how fast it's gonna go down. Oop. See, I took down his entire shields, and I killed him with that. I just took out that Prime almost by myself with just the flamer. Okay, so now this is the final wave. Technically there are 11 waves. The final wave is just hold out in this spot until timer runs out for extraction. Stop shooting me. But yeah, so this is the one that gives you the most money. If you can complete this, nothing else matters. As you just saw, War Machine's heavy melee was just there. It's basically like an area of effect pulse. However, it also partially drains his shields. Some characters have their shields get drained once they are dodging, such as the N7 Fury. And I believe the Asari as well. Get this thing off me. Oh, this is gonna come. Thank you! And this game basically encourages teamwork. and not just personal gain, because in the end, what happens is that the amount of XP you gain is completely dependent on the total score of everybody. So if they all do good, then they all get a reward. If one of them does bad, then they are obviously shown to be stupid, obviously, by having by far the lowest score, or ends up getting somebody killed. Ooh. Is there again? Oh. Wait, did he finish this one? Where's that? Have that. Also, like, it tends to be like some of the weapons are weaker, even on the lowest of difficulties. The weapons tend to be weaker than they are in campaign. Maybe that's because I play on a slightly lower difficulty than normal. I do that more because I'm invested more in the story than I could be bothered with the shooting, because it's not the most special thing in the world, the combat. It's not the most unique thing ever, but it's not bad. As you can see, the faster you complete it, the more money you get. And, well, it's best to work together, because then you get paid the most. If you don't work together, or if you have less people, you tend to get paid less, because your time bonus is much lower. Or non-existent even sometimes. Maybe that's been patched out, so you still get time bonus no matter what. Where was that rocket going? Rocket fail? Alright, whoa, hello. That always tends to lag, that one final ending to the round. I'm not sure why. It's a bit weird. Alright, so now it marks an area where it can extract. There's a good number of maps. I'll show you a few of them later. Once we finish this. Right now, it's basically just hold out for about 2 minutes. And just all of you survive. The more of you who get extracted, then the more bonus to XP you get. Now, you don't have to stay in the area, as I'm proving right now, as are all these guys. None of them are in here, actually. Wait, didn't we have a third guy? Where is he? No, we don't. Well, what do you know? Huh. Alright, so he's got armor, so absolutely wrecked. So, as you can tell, this soldier is particularly suited to taking out armor, but really nothing else. Other than being just a hit-and-run powerhouse, and basically a lone wolf, because he can heal himself. He doesn't really need somebody else there to cover him, because he can heal his health at 3 stacks of Bloodlust. I can heal myself at a ridiculous amount. Like, I can regen my full health in about 3 seconds or so. No, it's more like 5 seconds. I can regen about... Well, 4 or 5 seconds, I can regen about 1,000 health. Now, how often do you think that, like, your shepherding campaign heals that much? When does he have that much health? Warch has got that much health. Or close to it. Once you upgrade him fully, and I'm almost fully upgraded. But at 3 stacks, I regenerate about, I think it's, almost 200, like 220 or so, per stack. And it keeps going up. I just heal at a extremely ridiculous amount. As you can see, it lists your time. Matches tend to take about 20 minutes or so. Usually depends on the number of people and how fast you do the objectives. And if you don't complete the objectives in a certain amount of time, the mission is immediately failed. You've lost. And come back again. Alright, so now this is going to show you guys how the score is calculated, kind of, and really how everybody did. And it usually doesn't tend to be somebody's leading by an extreme amount. It usually tends to be pretty close. And usually if there's usually a big difference in somebody's score. Alright, that guy left, so that's perfect anyways, because I was going to leave anyhow. So, let's go back and let's take a look at the store and see what it's got. And take a look at their microtransactions. Okay, so here you are back in the main menu. You can also visit the store while waiting in a lobby. So let's take a look at the store. Okay, so on day 1, the only packs you could purchase were the Recruit Pack, Veteran Pack, and Spectre Pack. And those were it. Those were your tiers at 5,000 credits for the Recruit Pack, in which case you get 5 random items or characters with a small chance for an uncommon. It's, think of it almost like a card game. You're buying, like, packs of trading cards, similar to Magic the Gathering, or, well, that's the best comparison I can make, because Magic the Gathering is boss. So, there are certain types of weapons. I'll actually show you those right now. Let's go to character, let's go to weapons. Oh, I leveled up. I wasn't paying attention to that. Okay, so, M8 Avenger, you get that by default. You get the M8 Avenger, the M3 Predator, the M23, what is it called? The M23 Katana, the Shuriken, and the Mantis. You get all those for free. Now, if you can see the border around there, that's blue. It's just standard. That's counted as a common. Now, this one is silver. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just going to call it the Faceton. Don't even bother trying to correct me. It's never even spoken in the game. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't care. So, that's listed as an uncommon, given by the silver border. This Geth Pulse Rifle is listed as rare, indicated by the gold border. And these are a bit tougher to get, obviously, because they're rare. You get another rare here. Another. I have a lot of rares, surprisingly. Okay, and so this one, and you can see that one with an N7. The N7 weapons, it used to be that BioWare did weekend challenges. Every week, they had an operation. Unfortunately, they stopped doing that. The game is a year old. They've done over 40 operations, I believe, so it's not too bad. I mean, I got a lot out of it. And it used to be that was the only way to acquire N7 weapons. So, now you can just legitimately get them from a pack. They are listed by the N7 stripe as ultra rare. And those are incredibly difficult to get. Like, let's see. The ultra rares I've gotten. The Wraith, I managed to get one of those out of a commemoration pack, which is what you used to get. Commendation pack. It's what you used to get when you completed the operations. There were individual challenges and then community challenges, which everybody had to complete. And if you completed the individual ones, then you were awarded with a free N7 weapon along with 2 other things in the pack. Don't know how they calculated that, if they were rare or not. It usually just ended up being an equipment or consumable. It rarely was a second weapon. And so I also have the Crusader here. I got that only from packs. I did get the Wraith, however, a second one from just a regular premium Spectre pack. And that's pretty much it. I have all the N7 weapons except the Valkyrie, which is the assault rifle. But I wouldn't use it. So, let's go back to the store. Even characters are divided by that, but you can't really exactly tell who's who by any sort of color indicator. And once a week, they would have these, a different pack all the time. And these were recently added. So, let's get ourselves a reserve pack and see this, because it has 5 random items with at least 2 rares, or better, as well as a higher chance for characters. And I want some characters. Jumbo Arsenal pack is basically the same thing, but for weapons. And Premium Spectre pack is basically just a higher chance for ultra rares, and it's just standard. Now, see the prices on these. This is free. Obviously, you can play 1 bronze match and get 3 of these. So you don't need to buy those. That's about $1 for 20,000. That's $2 for 60. And that's $3 for 99,000. And That's $1.50. So, yeah, but it's not PvP. So, if it was, I'd have a huge problem with it, but you really don't need them. Play play like 3 matches on silver, and you can afford anything here. Pretty much. So let's get ourselves a reserve pack and see what's in it. Now it opens up like this, and you get something. I got another reset powers bonus. Sweet. Get that. The Talon Mercenary, Quarry Engineer. I don't give a crap about the Engineer. Talon Mercenary I'm interested in. I still don't have my N7 characters, BioWare. Give those to me now. I have the N7 Adept, the Fury, and that's the one class I didn't want it for. Go figure. And the one class I've used the most. The Infiltrator class, promoted 4 times, more than any other class. I've unlocked one other thing for it. So, Alright, so that's it. We got an Amplifier Module 3. That's listed as an uncommon. These 2 are rare, so this was a pretty good take. I got 2 rares out of that, and a Reset Powers, which are pretty freaking useful in case you decide, like, you know what, I just want to respec this guy at level 20. I don't want to promote them and try it all again. I have a Reset Powers thing. Oh. You find out you didn't like a power, you can use that. Alright, so let's get in there. I still actually have money for another pack, so let's open that because I kind of need some... Okay, what are you doing? I kind of need some op survival packs a bit. Alright. If you really want consumables, just go for the Jumbo Equipment Pack. It gives you 10 items, the only one to give you more than 5. And it just makes it a lot easier to get consumables because that's all that's in there. A Cobra, Op Survival Pack, thank God for those. Power Efficiency, don't really use those. Soul Rifle Amp, not really. Human Adept, I can use the extra experience. So, not a bad haul. So let's take a look and make ourselves a new character. Where the heck is the Talon? Oh. I seem to be getting a lot of engineers. I just got him, like, 2 days ago. I got him. I will never use a Volus because they're just terrible and I'm bad at support. I have these guys. I never used them. Never have used them. Used it once, didn't like it. Never made characters for these. Engineer class is like the class I use the least. Like, I barely use this class. And the only thing I actually ever wanted from it, the Demolisher. Have I gotten it? No. The Sentinel. Used a decent amount. It got a fair number of characters. Paladin. Did I get it? No. Do I want it? Yeah. Infiltrator. Promoted 4 times. Used the most. Unlocked the Quarian. That's it. Yep. Because that works. This is why I don't like randomized packs. They're okay, but you're going to get screwed over. Alright, this guy looks like he's Zaid. I'm okay with this. This guy's got an arrow thing I want. May Robin Sachs rest in peace. Sad day for that. Was a good actor. And did a lot of things from my childhood. Such as Knights of the Old Republic. Alright, so this guy looks way too much like Zaid. He's kind of creepy. Alright, so he's basically characters. Let's take a look at this. Omnibow. He's got a bow. Yay. I think I'm gonna like this character. Alright. That's pretty much it. As you can see, these guys are all very different. And all of them are usually effective against a certain type of enemy. This guy looks like he's good at taking on armor and light characters, such as husks, who are basically insta-killed by any powers that throw them into the air. So with that concussive arrows thing and cane trip mine. It looks like this guy's good at taking on light or armored targets, but he can't take on shields or biotic barriers. So, yeah, as you can see, they're very varied, and it's really fun. I will say I greatly enjoy this. The problem is that it's an always online thing. I know you're gonna think like, well, it's multiplayer. Of course it's gonna be online. Well, there's no split screen, first of all, which is a little bit odd, all things considered. You would think that a game that's only 4 players would be very happily split screen. That it encourages teamwork, but it's not, which is really odd. So I have to wonder if that was intentional. That they just said, like, no, we're not making a split screen, which possibly has to do with EA's online pass crap, which now all online passes are free for all EA games, I've been told. It wasn't too expensive to begin with, but it still costs money to begin with. So that's not okay with me. So, yeah. All right, and each time you complete a mission, you gain some galactic readiness. I probably should have said this in the beginning. Okay. Each time you get some galactic readiness, and this improves your overall galactic readiness for each system. As you can tell, Intercouncil Space is almost perfectly ready. Everywhere else is doing pretty well. So I have a total of about, I'd say, 94. Yeah, about 94, I'd say. 94, 95. Of total galactic readiness, which means of all my war assets, I can use 94% of them, whatever my galactic readiness is. If you don't play this enough, it eventually deteriorates, but the lowest it will go is down to 50%. And this just makes it just that much harder for you to get the most out of your war assets, because it only takes the total effective number of war assets. So, well, you gotta kind of, if you want to do the ending better and kind of get it done a bit easier, then do this. And it makes sense. If you like the N7 maps, like the N7 missions from the storyline, all those came with default. Let's show you the number of maps. Okay, so Firebase Dagger, Ghost, Giant, Reactor, Glacier, and White all came as standard. That was 6 maps to deal with the 6 default N7 missions that already came with the game. So what they added was Firebase Condor and Hydra. This takes place on Palaven. I don't know where this is. Maybe it's just because I haven't found it or I don't care enough. Well, has that place ever been visited in any Mass Effect game ever? I don't think so, because it's just basically the only important thing about the thing is that it's a hydroelectric dam. Okay? And added in the second DLC, I'm sorry if I don't recognize the names of these. Not the names of these, but the names of the DLC. I don't remember them entirely. But you got Firebase Jade on Surkesh. And on Thessia, you have Firebase Goddess. Now, with the Earth DLC, it added 3. Firebase Rio, Vancouver, and London. And what added in the last DLC was hazard maps. Each map is given a specific type of hazard from the original 6. So you had Firebase Glacier, where you have like this giant swarm of bugs, I think, following around a set path in the mission. And if you run into this, it does continuous damage. On Ontram at Fireplace Dagger, it's a sandstorm. You have reduced visibility. Big whoop. But you get extra XP for it, so don't complain. At Firebase Reactor, it's not a hazard for you. Only if your friends are either evil or stupid, because it basically closes off the center area with the reactor and brutally destroys everything inside. So it will down any characters, and it used to kill every enemy inside, but they realized that was overpowered, I guess. Benning has Acid Rain, so it occasionally starts raining and it continuously damages you. And Firebase Giant, is basically just it's basically just a thunderstorm going on, but there's no rain. And fire-based white is basically a sandstorm, only it's a color of white, not brown. It's a snowstorm. That's it. But that was pretty much it. So that was Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. I do enjoy it. I have a lot of fun with it. So do the friends that I play with. It's still going on. Unfortunately, because it's online, your stats are not held with you on your Xbox, so you cannot play like an offline match, which is unfortunate. That people have been saying once the servers go down for this, all their progress is forever lost, and they will never be able to play it again, which is fairly sad, honestly. And that you can't really fix at the moment. You can ask BioWare, and I'm sure they'll look into it. They tend to really listen to their fans, at least a bit more than most people do. BioWare's a good company that's been around for a while, so they know how to listen to their audience. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please remember to leave a thumbs up or like. I'm sorry, I'm stealing other people's words. Please remember to leave a like. Save this video to your favorites if you like, I can't talk today. You can save this video to your favorites if you like, and if you think your friends will enjoy this, please remember to share this video. It'll take just a few seconds of your time. And at that note, I wish you all a great day. See you next time. Bandit signing off.